Let's get the very latest. Our reporter Nhlanhla Jele joins us now live from Gobholo township in Mbabane. Thank you so much, Nhlanhla, for your time. So, of course, a number of developments taking place ahead of that court case in Eswatini tomorrow. What are we likely to expect?
Good afternoon to you, Unathi, and to our viewers at home. Indeed, as you correctly mentioned, they are expected to appear tomorrow at the Motsoane Magistrates Court, where the process of extradition is expected to begin. We know that so far a provisional application has been made, and the lawyer said to us they're waiting for the full comprehensive. And as you mentioned earlier on, they are meeting with the NDPP just to finalize that whole process. He also made mention to us that chances are there might be a postponement depending on what is contained in their application to have them sent back to South Africa. But as you said also, we are in Gobholo township, where we met with some of the neighbors who lived with the two accused, Usiyabonga and Malusi in Ndimande. If you can see, this is where they used to live. It turns out when they came to Eswatini, they came and moved into this one bedroom, or I'm not sure if it's a one bedroom or it's two bedroom flat, if we can call it that. This is where they lived from May rather of last year until November, where they moved to the second house, which is where they got arrested. But this is actually the first place that they started living in when they came to Eswatini after committing these crimes in South Africa. But just now, I'm just going to bring in one of the neighbors who lived with close, rather, Unathi, to these two suspects, Usiyabonga. But speaking to us now is Tebello. Tebello, thank you so much for your time and for joining us at the SABC. You said to us they were peaceful people. You lived with them. You gave them a lift. Tell us about that relationship that you had with them when you first saw them and when you introduced yourself. What happened?
Good morning. Good afternoon. Well, I moved here around July, but when I got here, because they were my closest neighbor, I came to them to introduce myself and tell them that I will be your new neighbor. But yeah, they greeted me, and we lived together. I used to pass by the gate every time I go to my house, and sometimes when I leave, they will ask for a lift. When I go into town, I usually pass town when I go to work. So I remember one of the days I even asked them. In fact, I told them what I do and what am I here for and where I work. And I was expecting them also to tell me what are they busy with, but to my surprise, they didn't have a clear answer. I remember the guy said, "No, we are here for we are busy with this traditional thing." And I asked him, "What is it, traditional thing? Is it Nhlanhla or what?" And he said, "No, my brother is learning to be a Sangoma." And yeah, that's the information they gave me. But otherwise, we just lived together peacefully. They used to be sitting in the house, and they will, during the day, walk around. They have a caterpillar. They will walk around hunting birds. I guess maybe they were just, passing time, and they were busy bored. Yeah. Until I saw in the newspaper. In fact, before around October, before they came to me asking if there know any houses that is available around standalone houses, because where they're staying, they're living with other people. And I told them I didn't know at any house, and I was also looking for a house. But I realized they moved around October. And then until I heard the story about them in the newspaper and this year.
Thank you so much, Tebello. That was one of the neighbors who lived close to these two guys, Usiyabonga and Malusi. As you have heard him say, there were no more people. They lived with members of this community. And also we heard that almost every other day, these two guys would have a braai, meaning they would live their lives normally. We heard they would take walks around the community. They were friendly people. They were gentle people. Many people actually who live around here were shocked when they heard the news in the media that these people are wanted or have been arrested for these heinous crimes which they are being sought after that they committed. So Unathi, for now, that is what we have on the ground. We are speaking to the neighbors, getting to try to understand and to know the kind of people that they were when they were here in Eswatini. Unathi?
One thing before you leave, Nhlanhla, of course, this is an important case. So what we are likely to see tomorrow, as you rightfully say, from the legal representative of the two brothers, Siyabonga and Malusi Nzimande, is that it is going to likely to be postponed. We, of course, have a process that's happening in parallel to that in South Africa on the 6th of March, where the 5 accused are expected back in court. Is there an understanding of, what will then happen come the 6th of March in relation to the processes that are currently happening in Eswatini at the moment?
So far, their legal representative didn't want to get much into the nitty-gritties of the case because of client privilege, confidentiality, those legal terms that they use when they speak to us media people. But he did say to us, depending on what is contained in the application and what their clients are advising, then a way forward will be paved from that. So meaning, depending on what is said, then maybe the process can start immediately, or there will be a postponement, and then the process will need to start all over again. He mentioned the matter of safety, for example. If the application from the NDPP comes and they feel, as the legal representative and the clients feel that they won't be safe when the extradition process happens, then it means there will be a postponement because now they are not happy with what is contained in this said application. So what we do know is that it's not going to be a one-day thing so far. There might be a postponement, there might not be a postponement. However, extradition takes time and it won't be a one-day process. Remember, it's a process between two states agreeing to hand over one criminal to the other. So depending on what is actually contained in that full comprehensive report, which I believe by now should be in his possession, the legal representative of these two brothers, that will determine the way forward as to whether the process continues tomorrow or there is a postponement. Unathi?
Where are they being held, Nhlanhla? Are they currently in police custody or are they in a prison?
We are not really sure where exactly they are held, whether they're in a prison or in police custody. Things are a bit hush-hush over this side, but we do know and we are confident, we were told that they are appearing at the Manzini Magistrates Court because that is where they first made their appearance last week, Monday. Hence, we are at liberty to even mention their names. Remember, we said that they appeared last week, Monday, on a provisional extradition application. So, waiting for the full process. It was supposed to be handed over to their legal representative, as he said last week Friday, by close of business. However, he said he had not received it. So he was hoping that today will be that day where he gets the full comprehensive application so that they move forward with it. Obviously, we'll be on the ground tomorrow morning just to check where exactly and to find out that information as to where exactly they were and if they were in police custody or if they were in a prison.